Good afternoon, driver. Please have stop your cab here at Kentish Town and await the signal to run empty to West Hampstead Thameslink. There you will board your passengers who have travelled by Thameslink or underground services to this temporary railhead for Midland Mainline services. Once underway from there, you will run non-stop to Bedford. Okay, so let's start the train, so automatic key in, reverse to neutral. Turn on ETS in the rear power car, which is that one. Instrument lights, we don't have that, so I go outside. Don't know why I pressed that. Like so. And wait departure from Kentish Town. So departing Kentish Town, next stop is West Hampstead Thameslink. Why did I get AWS clear even though the signal is yellow? I don't know, must be like a root issue. Well done, Dovetail. Well done. So yeah, we're following that pair of 319s towards Bedford. That came from Brian. So calling at West Hampstead Thameslink and Bedford. So the story with this is that St Pancras is closed for enduring work, so trains are terminating at West Hampstead Thameslink and using Kentish Town as a reversal point. I guess Kentish Town is too small for like HSTs, so I just have to use West Hampstead Thameslink, where I can change for overground trains out of West Hampstead on the North London line. Thatcher side. Now coming up on West Hampstead Thameslink. So we're just running ECS from Kentish Town to West Hampstead Thameslink. So this is a working timetable scenario created by Matt Carroll and Josh Thorpe, which you would better know as Mr. Dreamliner. Over the top is the North London line between Stratford and Willesden. Then it branches off towards Clapham and Richmond. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is either a Valencia HST or a VP185 one. I think on the Midland Mainline there were mostly VP185s and not Valentas. Arrival into West Hampstead Thameslink. Okay, departing West Hampstead Thameslink. Next stop is Bedford and in 45 miles. Also, speed limit is 95 going to 110. This is Cricklewood. So stations we'll pass through will be Cricklewood, Hendon, Millhill Broadway, Elm Street and Bournemouth, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and then arriving into Bedford. Why is Cricklewood Depot empty? Is it meant to be like that? I mean, I don't know, I'm not a massive MML expert. I would have thought that Cricklewood would be, you know, busy. So I think the scenario pack is set in 2002. So they have the Midland Mainline, the turquoise one, and Thameslink with the blue and the gold. And also 170s, because I don't think the Meridians were in service then. So the scenario pack is available on alantomlinson.com under the store section, and then goes to scenarios. And then I think it's Working Timetable Pack 09, available for about 4 or 5 quid. So this isn't subware, it's payware, which is in a separate section. So this has got to be good if it's a Working Timetable scenario. I don't think I've ever driven a Working Timetable scenario before, and I'm not sure if I should be disappointed in myself. Probably because I'm too busy doing my own scenarios on various routes set in various times. This is Mill Hill Broadway. Which is? Oh yeah, and before you ask, I didn't get this for free. I did not get this for free. I did pay for it with my PayPal money. I'm so far, I'm enjoying it. So I literally just downloaded, or I bought the scenario about 5 minutes before doing this video. So kind of like a first look, even though this scenario pack is probably a few years old. Eltree and Bournemouth. Next is Radlett. It's a DTG Midland Mainline. It's not one of the worst products, but it does have its issues. The first one being is that the signals don't actually connect with the gantry. Like the signal cage, like I think there's a few at Bedford and a few just past, leaving Kentish Town. And I could do with a few trackside clutter, like the I think it's like scaffolding with wires in it. coming up on Radlett. Yeah, think about the Midland Mainline from the bedpan bit. So if you're doing like a non-stop run, it's fairly short, but if you're doing like a stopping train, then it just takes forever. I guess it's kind of like that with most London routes, because London is fairly like compact with like housing and stuff. Then once you leave like Greater London, you get into more like countryside. And then you can like really let the train stretch its legs. Unless you're Thameslink, because the Y is the stop after Bedford, and only diesels can go further than that. Although I think the Midland Mainline is being electrified. I think it's only as far as Corby, and no further. Yeah, HSTs, they're just good. They're just good. They're good no matter what. You can't do anything wrong with HST. Well, unless you drove it on the southern part of Thameslink. Like, imagine driving a HST to Brighton. Something so weird. This is St Albans City, not to be confused with St Albans Abbey on line to Watford. I guess the thing about the Midland Mainline that the stock, it is varied, but it's mostly the same thing. Like you've got HSTs, 170s, 209s, HSTs, 170s, 209s. Not much else. We got freight, but that's about it. It's not really the scenario that's fault. It's just that there's not a lot of variety. But this is a good scenario nonetheless. Because you could do like a HST scenario on a fast run, you could do like 170 on semi-fast, you could do like 319 on stopping. You could do a freight run with, I think it's cement or stone. Oh, it connects. That's how like hide from connects, so it's like X connects. Next station will be Harpenden. And I think at Luton, Luton is about halfway between St Pancras and Bedford. This bedpan, it's not very long. So speed limit is going, or back up to 110, going down to 105. This is Harpenden. Yeah, you gotta like the screen 1-9s. And the 321s and the 325s. I think the 321s and 319s, they're similar to each other but not the same. Next one is Luton Airport Parkway. Come on, turn right. So I've been enjoying this so far. Decent AI, lots of traffic, nice deliveries. I think it's enough. I definitely should move on to like payware stuff, like payware scenarios, because I've done freeware, a lot of freeware, and I've done a bit of subware. Maybe soon I should move on to payware, because I definitely do know how to make a banging scenario. It's just that most of what I uses like freeware reskins, which means they're not eligible for money. I mean, I guess subware is kind of payware, but you have to need a subscription to have it. This is Luton Airport Parkway. Coming up on Luton. Yeah, the guy was definitely way too close to the edge. Good thing this is a simulator and not real life. So Bedford in about 20 miles. Yeah, I like how they put in the CSR boards, even though we can't use it. I also like how they put in the neutral sections, even though we don't use it either. They're just purely aesthetic. Also, I wonder how Matt Carroll and Mr. Dreamliner. I wonder how they figured out how to put the neutral sections, because I can never figure that out. I always just end up guessing. Also, especially the CSR boards. I mean, I guess you could look up like a cab ride of a journey, but if you don't have it, then I guess you could use like a textual appendix, or you could use like a bit of creative license. You can just try and guess where it goes, not exactly where it was. Because CSR is long gone, because CSR was replaced by JSMR between 2012 and 2013, and that was like 9 years ago. So yeah, CSR is long gone. Was that 170 from Matlock? I didn't know Midland Mainline did trains from Matlock to St Pancras. You just might as well just change at Derby. Okay, so we've got Leagrave, Harlington, and then Bedford. This is Leagrave. Yeah, people say that we need like a travel 700, which I don't really agree with, because if you want to do like a 700, you just go back in time a few years to like 2013ish, and just make a timetable with Electrostars and through nights. So you don't really need the 700. Okay, for those who don't know, you can look on Network Rail's archive for old working timetables between 2008 and now. So yeah, it kind of mitigates the need for like modern stock that we don't have. Also, speaking of modern stock, Armstrong Powerhouse also announced, I guess they formally announced, the IET enhancement pack. So it will include the 800, 801, 802, and 803. Even though they all look the bloody same. Oh yeah, by the way, this video has been recorded on the 13th of November. So I think the videos that will come with the IET EP, there will be LNR, GWR, TPE, Lumo, maybe there's test liveries. Just Pennine. Maybe version chains falling silk when it was under testing. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to driving the Transpennine ones, the 802.2s. Preferably in Chat Moss. Hopefully it will include like a diesel variant, so you can drive it on between Manchester and Huddersfield, and then Leeds to York. Because hands down, the transparent livery is definitely the best livery for the IETs. All the other ones are just bland. Like, you got GBR, which is just plain green. You've got Lumo, which is just plain blue. You've got LNER, which is just boring. Which is just because LNER is just white and red. Well, with Transpennine, you've got white, blue, purple, grey. You know, I'd be okay with it if it was just the SE part. At least you can drive it on like Chat Moss between Liverpool and Manchester. Remember when the Transpennine 802s were just white with like a grey front? I think it was like October 2019. And then early 2020 before the world ended. Oh yeah, speaking of the poorly placed signal cages, like how did Dovetail not fix that? Like why did it release that way? And also, more importantly, why wasn't it fixed? Because Dovetail they never fix stuff. Apart from certain things, like the West Coast Mainline South. Consecutive poll. There we go. I think on the right is like some sort of cement thing. Something with stones. Because maybe recently, I guess the other month, they released some new wagons that I forget the name of. I think it was one of those packs that no one really cared about. because I haven't seen anyone do any videos on it. I also don't think AP even did like a reveal trailer. Okay, so coming into Bedford. I wonder if the lines have nicknames. On the right is Bedford Caldwell Depot, which today is full of boring 700s. And then after the depot is Bedford, joining the line from Bletchley. Well, there's a 150 going to said place, Bletchley. So this is the end of the scenario and end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed this short run from West Hampstead. Go by the park. From what I've seen from this, I really have enjoyed it. Good AI, good amount of AI, good selection of deliveries, nice drive. So I definitely recommend it. I think it's like 4 or 5 quid in SES. So like the video if you're also inclined, subscribe for more interesting content. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next video. So arrival into Bedford.